It's coming up quick. Valentine's Day. Be here before you know it. Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. And with Valentine's coming up for your sweetheart, nothing says love better than giving them a cheese board.
Do what now?
Giving them a cheese board. One of those, what do you call it? A cute cutie board? What's it called?
Charcuterie.
One
Charcuterie
thing.
board.
But that with cheese. Or you can do one of those little heart-shaped cheese things. I mean, Wisconsin, the dairy farmers are really wanting to do this, so they're giving this stuff away so that you can give it to the one that you love. And if you don't win it, hey, make your own cheese cootie board.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah. That.
So take the cheese and cut it into the shape of a heart.
Yeah.
I can see that. So the Wisconsin farmers, I think, have been doing this for a little while, really trying to push the cheese at Valentine's Day.
Good for them.
Understand. Well, I don't understand cheese at Valentine's Day. Diamonds, chocolate, flowers. Okay.
Cheese. People love cheese. There's some people who really are into cheese. There's some who don't like cheese. I like cheese. Cheese speaks to my heart. So why not?
Cheese does not speak to my heart, and maybe so that's why when I see this, I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. Cheese, I can take or leave. I don't really care for it at all.
Sharp cheddar cheese. Oh,
ew.
That would be great
Sharp
for Valentine's.
Cheddar.
Yeah. Oh, Swiss. Because
Swiss has no taste.
Yeah, no. This is romantic. What do you mean it has no taste? Swiss has taste.
It has no taste.
Come on. Where are your taste buds? Swiss has taste. But just think this, because Swiss cheese is holy, right? Uh-huh. You fill the holes in my heart.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
Tim Allen is coming back. He's got a brand new show. They're going to start filming it very, very soon. And then hopefully we'll get it by Christmas. And you'll be excited because it's the Santa Claus.
Isn't that great? He's going to do so good in that. I don't know why I have high expectations for that one, even though Christmas is behind us now and it's so far away. And I guess with all this winter weather that we had this week, it feels like a white Christmas right now. So why not Tim Allen reprising the role of Santa Claus? But it's a series, right, on Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's going to be a series. He already has 3 movies as Santa Claus under his belt. And so now it's going to follow. I guess he's ready to retire. His red coat, his red suit. And so he's looking for the next person to take over, which is kind of cool. They're going to set off on some sort of adventure, but hopefully we'll have it on Disney Plus by this Christmas.
Why do I feel like you just spoiled it?
No, I only gave a little bit.
I feel spoiled now. Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to see him retire.
Well, see, I don't think it's actually going to happen. I think that's the plan. But as we know, Scott Calvin's plans always fall through.
That's true. But we'll see. That was a spoiler.
It wasn't a spoiler.
It was a spoiler. Yeah.
No, if I told you that Baby Yoda was saved at the very last minute.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
I don't know the last time I actually sent a letter in the mail.
I sent one just a couple weeks ago.
Really?
I did a get well card for someone, and thankfully I had bought stamps 6 months ago or something like that. Put a stamp right on it.
Well, good for you. New stamps are coming out, by the way. I guess the post office is like, we really need people to come back. So how about some new stamps? And they got quite a few of them.
It's a way to get people excited, when they see, because a lot of people, some people collect stamps. I don't know if that's so much a thing for the younger generation, but I remember, like a grandfather doing that kind of thing.
Your grandpa collected stamps?
Yeah,
That's nice. He might like some of the ones that are out now. There's the Mountain Valley, which is like out in the American West, the Palace of Fine Arts, which is something in San Francisco in the Marina District. There's a couple of others. The one I really like when I saw the picture of them is the flag on barns. So it's like watercolor barns, and they're beautiful barns all over the place with the American flag on them. So there's several type of those stamps. So if I were to collect stamps, and I don't, it would probably be those because I like them. I don't know if you collect certain stamps or not. I'm not a stamp collector.
No, no. And see, they have one that has an African daisy on it. That's more the way I would go with things. But that's what I like about, the new stamps that they're putting out, is that there's kind of something for everybody's taste.
Okay. Nice. We'll get some of these.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Walter got a new job. He was so excited. And then his car broke down.
No.
And he was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I got to go to work. I got the first day at my new job and I've got to get there. And so I guess he timed it out and he started walking in the middle of the night. In fact, he walked 18 hours to get to work. He left home right after midnight just to make sure he would get there on time.
One way? About 20 hours one way?
Yes, because he said, I haven't had a really good job in a long time. I got this opportunity and I was gonna get there. So of course, people find out about it. One woman that he was actually going to work for her family. He was working for a moving company and he was supposed to move her family. He started telling the story to. She posted about it on social media. The guy that owns the company found out about it, invited Walter out to lunch, gave him a brand new car.
When you say own the company, are you talking about the one Walter worked for?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, that he walked 18 hours to get to that very first day on the job. He found out about it. I mean, that's dedication right there.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Even though these are just really simple things to do, people feel like they mess it up all the time. As simple, as easy as it is. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. And we're talking about things that you cook. And I can see it because there are people that go, okay, I just feel like I fail. And I'm a failed chef. And so they won't even attempt making pancakes or eggs.
Pancakes to me are very simple. Eggs, I mess up almost every time. I overcook eggs constantly.
I burn them all the time, but I can make them. I'm impatient. I want my food now. So I turn up the heat, and Amy, my wife, goes, "Don't do that. You'll burn it." I'm like, I don't care. I just want to eat it now. So eggs is one of the things. Pasta, people are afraid to make macaroni and cheese, as simple of a process that is. Soup, I mean, I just put it in the can, out of the can, into a cup and put it in the mic. That's what I do. Mashed potatoes.
I don't think that's what they're talking about with soup, though.
Really? It's simple to make.
like-
No, seriously. Now the cans are so easy to open. It's a little pop top. You don't have to.
It is a pop.
You don't need to open it up with a can opener anymore. And you just pop the top, pour it in the cup, a microwave-safe cup. I'm teaching Liz how to cook here. It's an easy meal.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
I usually will put it in for a minute 20. And if it's not cooked enough, then I'll do another 30 seconds.
Okay, I have to ask. Do you, when you put your soup in the microwave, because this is a pet peeve of mine, do you lay a paper towel over the top of the bowl of soup?
I do, and I don't put it in a bowl. I put it in a cup, and I
Okay,
put a
thank you.
wet paper towel over it. I don't like putting dry paper towels on things. See?
Well,
I know it's easy, but you can mess it up.
oh yeah, you can mess it up if you don't put that paper towel over the soup in the microwave. It's going everywhere, and then your mom's going to yell at you. So,
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So Steven took a scam call. I don't know how you handle scam calls. I'm not too great at it. I do one of two things. I ignore it, or I pick it up because I'm about to have some fun.
uh-oh.
Yeah, this is bad. I don't recommend doing this. But one time, this was in the land when they used to do timeshares and try to get you out to the property, to be at the property. They give you free tickets to a theme park, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this one was going to offer a free camera, and I said, this is bad. Should I even say this?
What'd you do? Yes, because I want to know now.
I said, what am I going to do with a camera? They said, what do you mean, sir? And I said, I've only got 3 months. That was bad. That was bad. I implied I was not going to be on this planet anymore. I didn't say that I wasn't. I just said I got 3 months. But anyway, that was bad. Steven has a totally different approach. he engages in a conversation because he's listening to the tone of the voice of the person that's on the other side of the line. And so Steven's asking this guy who called him, he said, listen, do you understand that you're doing a scam right now? And the guy had no idea. It turns out he's in Ghana, and he just started working for this one company because his dad passed away. He's taking care of his mom. He's trying to take care of his younger brother after school, all this stuff. And he just thought it was a job, had no idea it was a scam. And so Steven said to this guy, listen, here's my number. You have it. Call me back when you're done with your shift. And so they engaged in the conversation, and he learned all about Prince. That was his name, Prince. And he learned all about Prince and everything that happened in his family with the dad passing away and the mom sick. And so Steven sent Prince what he needed for his family. This is Ghana, remember. So it's mosquito nets and malaria drugs and things for education. And for the past 5 years, they've been FaceTiming each other. And they've developed this cool friendship, which is so neat. Now, Prince works for a private security company in Ghana, and his younger brother is now going to be at Howard University in Washington, D.C. on a scholarship. His name is Isaac. Isaac's going to be real close to Steven. And so Steven said, listen, when you're on spring break and winter break and out for the summer, stay with my house. I got you. It's been a cool friendship.
Goodness.
All because Steven picked up the phone on a scam call and engaged in a conversation with the guy.
Yeah, he picked it up with a good heart. And I'm right there with you, Rob. A lot of times when I see those scams coming through, I want to pick up the phone and have a little fun myself. And like, really, you're going to try to mess up my day and steal from me? But yeah, what Steven is doing is so much better.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
There's one thing in this one town that you're not allowed to bring. You cannot bring it, and if you want to move there and you don't get rid of it, you can't come. That's just all there is to it. It's in Antarctica, and you can't come with an appendix. An appendix.
That's quite a requirement.
Literally, if you want to move to this one town, because there's two places in Antarctica where you can literally live year-round. It's cold, like it is today. It's really cold, lots of snow, year-round. But if you want to live there, you cannot bring in your appendix. If you have an appendix, they ask you remove your appendix before you come here. Why? Because the closest hospital is 625 miles away. So if somebody has appendicitis or if it ruptures, there's no way that they'll make it to the hospital in time.
I wonder if there's other issues that they can say, okay, if you have these issues, you can't come here because we cannot service you. We can't help you with this.
Yeah, the sniffles. Don't come with sniffles because that requires you have to blow your nose.
Oof. And that, if you're in labor, that's going to be a long drive, too.
Right? Midwives, I think some things could probably help a little bit,
No,
unless
true.
there's some kind of an emergency. And then in that case, you probably schedule that, right?
Well, babies don't always like to be scheduled.
I know,
so
I know.
We'll see how that works out.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Hearing this puts a smile on my heart because I have a daughter that has a lot of student loans, that she has to pay off on. And I know there's a lot of, students from college that have this as well. But it appears that there is one company that looks like they're going to cancel theirs. All the debt.
Yeah, absolutely. They say it's like $1.85 billion that they are going to try to get back in the hands of some of the students, former students that have paid some of these payments since June of last year. Between then and now, some of those payments may be returned to some of those former students who took out those student loans, which I think is huge.
Yeah, Navient seems to be the name of the company. And from what I'm reading, and I could be wrong, but from what I'm reading, it looks like 66,000 private student loan borrowers is what this is really going to impact. So that's private school for colleges and universities.
Yeah, we have a family friend who went to a private school. She went out of state and racked up somewhere around $70,000 in those student loans.
Wow.
I know. And she's been paying it back, diligently just for a while now, graduated maybe 10 years ago. And for this to be alleviated from her, I mean, because those loan payments are huge.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
And I keep up with the fashion trends. I can tell you all about the fashion trends.
You can? Oh, awesome. Enlighten me.
I thought Liz could tell you that I do that. Says the guy in a black hoodie and jeans and a bad haircut. Here's a new one for you. A new hairstyle.
Yeah?
For 2022. You ready?
Uh-huh.
It's the Bixie.
The what?
Yeah, the Bixie. You know what that is. I can't explain it. I'm not into this fashion stuff.
Well, not for women's hair. Absolutely. I wouldn't think that you're on the cutting edge of that. See what I did there?
Yeah, that was a pun.
But it's kind of a mix between a bob haircut, which kind of swings around the chin. Like if you have curly hair like me, a bob, not the way to go if you ask me, at least for myself. But it's the mix of a bob and a pixie, which is almost like a Tinkerbell looking haircut.
And so they call it the Bixie now, right?
The Bixie. I can't believe we're bringing feathered hair back into fashion, but it is kind of feathered hair, but it also has like spikiness to it all around the head.
So what about
cute.
it? What about it? That makes
It's
it
back.
so Is that it? It's back?
Oh,
You
and
mean it's been a thing?
Well, no, the bob and the pixie have been a thing, but now they combine the two because it's a really easy haircut. If you can carry that look, and I cannot, then it's going to take you maybe 2 minutes to get your hair done in the morning.
It looks like
looks
like it's all messed up hair to me. Just a short haircut and it's all messed up.
You would think that is the case, but it's a little more strategic than that. It's not like you just roll out of bed. You have to use some texturing hair products to make it look right. Yeah.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'd love to share Donna's story with you because she's one of those moms that likes to go over the top for her kids. For instance, let's think back when kids are playing soccer. And if you have like siblings that play at the same time, and they're on they're playing on the same soccer field, the same soccer league. And the games are not like 9 in the morning and 11 in the morning. They're at the same time. How do you juggle that? You've got to walk back and forth between fields, right? Donna was in this kind of predicament, in a sense. Now, her kids' games were, one started at like 1 in the afternoon and one was like at 4, something like that, or the evening. So she was able to make the games. However, the games were about 1,200 miles away from each other.
What?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Why?
Yeah. Well, Donna's the mom of Jason and Travis.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Are they on travel ball? Who?
Yeah, they're on travel ball, all right. They're in the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pieces are starting to come together now.
So Donna Kelsey's son, Jason, is with the Eagles. They played in Tampa over the weekend. It's a wild card game, And then Travis plays for Kansas City, and their game was in Kansas City. And so Donna got on a plane, went to one game. As soon as it was getting over, she hopped on a plane again and went to the other son's team. She made both games.
Wow. I'm so glad they were at different times. And that is one dedicated mama right there to make sure she gets to both, because these are huge playoff games for these guys. Huge.
And she's one of those moms that, she was probably the soccer mom, back in the day when they were kids.
Team mom brought the snacks.
She brought this, what do you call them? Snacky somethings.
Yeah, snacky snacks.
So she
for
would
the
bring,
teamy team.
Oh, no, don't get that cheesy on me. I opened it up for snacky snacks. She went a step further to teamy teams. But that's what Donna does for her kids. What about you, or a story that you know? You can go to the His Radio open mic or text at 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Thinking about parents that go over the top, like Liz is an over the top kind of parent.
Well, my daughter was on a mission trip, and it's called the World Race. She had a team of about 50, and it was the first time a lot of them had ever been away at Christmas. And so I wanted to make sure they got a little Christmas in their lives. And so they had a layover in Miami before they were headed to Cambodia. And so I took them all their favorite snacky snacks, their favorite drinks. I put them in stockings, and I flew to Miami, and I delivered them in the airport.
Dude, how amazing is that? So they had to come on the other side of security to come see you.
We all met in the lobby because I had to stay in security because I had to get back.
Yeah.
I had to get back here. And so we all got to hang out, and there was a hotel inside of the airport.
Yeah.
And so I took a couple of them, including my daughter, and we spent the night because they hadn't showered in a good long while.
Oh.
I couldn't afford to take all 50, but we got a couple of girls, showers and rested
Look at
up.
you
So.
go. Oh, how amazing.
It was self-serving. I wanted to see my daughter.
Well, yeah, there is that, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, you took the effort and spent all that money to hop on a plane from here to go to Miami to see her like that?
Well, I wasn't going to see her for a year, and so it hurt my heart because they were missing their families at Christmas, and so I, thought this is one way I can help.
Look at Liz, an over-the-top parent with a big heart.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
People stood in line at Disney, at Epcot, for like 7 hours. Some of them stayed in line for 7 hours to buy a popcorn bucket. Now, the popcorn bucket was in the shape of Figment, which is one of their iconic cartoon characters. I was not familiar with Figment at all, but 7 hours, paid $25 for this bucket full of popcorn. I don't understand. Help me understand, Rob Dempsey.
I wish I could tell you I'm not a fan like that where I have to stand 7 hours to see something like that and get a thing of popcorn. That sounds like an expensive bucket of popcorn. Are you, Liz, I think Liz said, you're unfamiliar with Figment?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. It's like a purple dragon, but I guess he's only shown in cartoons there at Epcot. I've never seen him.
Figment of your imagination.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm just not familiar enough to spend 7 hours in a line.
to get that. Yeah, he hosts some of the rides that are there, or some of the, I guess they're not all rides, some of the attractions that are at Epcot. Figment of your imagination. So if you're a super fan of going to Disney World and Epcot Center, you would know who this character is.
Well, I know Grogu, which is Baby Yoda. Okay, I am all about me some Baby Yoda. I'm not spending 7 hours in line to get a Baby Yoda popcorn bucket.
Yeah, where you can make your own popcorn at home for a lot less of the price.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Go ahead. If you would, ask any question you want. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio, because we did get one from Terry at 800-447-7234.
He said, I have to ask you something. Listening to you two, what are your ages? Oh no. Mm-hmm. And then I said, how old do you think?
Oh, so you
are?
replied with a question. Okay.
Yes.
That's good. Liz replied with a question. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so do you want to know his guess?
Do I need to sit down?
No, not so bad. Not so bad at all.
Okay.
Okay. So Terry believes that, Rob, you are 45.
Okay.
And he believes that I, Liz, am 29.
Wow, he nailed it.
Uh-huh.
Totally nailed it.
Uh-huh.
I'll take 45.
Oh, honey, I will take 29.